Hi guys, welcome back. Hannah's had to go and do something very, very important, but we have managed to wrangle Elliot and the famous Bernard to finish off our question time. We're going to let Elliot go first.
Okay, so I'm just taking out one of these sticks, anyone at random.
And read it out and answer it.
What is your go-to icebreaker when meeting a new young person?
That's a good question.
Is that me answering first?
Yeah,
Is that how it goes? No pressure.
No pressure, you gotta go first.
Oh, I usually think humour is good. I like to start with a bit of a joke, show that sort of quite fun, get to know sort of the interests, sort of what music, the sort of thing they're into, what sort of films, what they sort of like really, see what we've got those sort of things in common, which I find works really well with a lot of our young people. It's quite good. But yeah, I'm trying to think at the top of my head if I had a joke or stuff. Come back, you have to circle back to it, I think.
Okay. I think my favourite icebreaker is 2 truths and 1 lie. It's a really good way to get to know young people, and it's a really good way for them to get to know us as well. So you can tell them lots of interesting facts about yourself and see if they can guess which ones are true.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Hawaii.
Why? Who?
I'm good. How are you? No, mine's normally a quick joke or quick game of rock paper scissors. Normally goes down a tree. Best of 3, obviously. Normally lose, but yeah, it's a great little icebreaker to know that I'm fun and engaging, and I think that's good when it's your first conversation with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back. My turn. Okay, ready. Oh, you'll like this one.
Okay.
What's your favourite joke?
I've just used it.
My favourite joke is one that Leon actually taught me, and it's, why does a duck have feathers? To cover his butt quack. That's brilliant. What's your favourite joke?
I really don't know. I have so many. Leon tells me mostly.
What did the frog say in the library? Read it.
All right. Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Runny.
Runny Poo.
Yes. Runny poo.
All right.
I do like that.
Knock
one.
knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cat.
Interrupting.
Moo!
Very good.
Okay, I'm going yellow. What has been your biggest challenge in youth work? That's a really hard one. There's been lots of challenging times. Probably one of the hardest is when young people aren't ready to engage with you, but you know, you still go, you still try and talk to them, and gradually, sometimes it can take like a big moment for them, and they think, you know what, this person's actually been there and kept coming around, kept saying hello, and something just shifts, and they're like, you know what, actually, let's see what it's like, and I think that's one of the challenging parts of youth work. But yeah, when that happens, and you know, it's hard to talk and keep talking and not get anything back, but know that you're still there. And I think, yeah, that's one of the hardest parts of youth work for me.
Yeah, I agree. I find that quite hard. I also find it challenging when people don't understand just how wonderful and how amazing youth work is, and think that we just play cards or just have lots of fun, when actually what we do is really, really important, because we might be the only person in the world that a young person feels comfortable to talk to, and that's huge for the young person, and that can make such a difference in their lives. We talked about advocacy before, and it can make such a huge difference to them. So I think the biggest challenge for me, or one of the biggest challenges for me, is just talking about how important youth work is and getting everybody in all different sectors to sort of recognise youth work's importance, I think.
It's great, yeah, fantastic. I think for me, it's similarly coming off the back of both of those. It's the times where young people have to transition away from us, whether that be through moving into independence or whether there is a scheduled move or anything that sort of comes up, and sort of having to invest all that sort of time and work in with that young person and then having to say goodbye, I found very challenging. However, I do try and hold on to the fact of the impact and those memories that we have. Hopefully, will stay with that young person. I know they'll stay with me, definitely, and carry on through my sort of work. So I won't ever let it diminish like the good work that we do, because I know that it does mean a lot to loads of young people, and we do still every now and again touch base and have like a little heads up of saying, doing well, thank you for everything for years gone by. So it does mean a lot. So it's hard, but it is very much worth it.
Okay, who's next?
Me, I'll take an orange one. If you had to be an animal, what would you be and why? So, there's a few that I'd be. Probably something that hibernates and sleeps a lot, because I do enjoy my sleep. I think I've always been called Bear, and I think that's very adapt, because whilst I am quite gentle and snoozy, I can be quite fierce and protective of those I care about as well. So definitely, I think a bear. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you'd be?
100% I would be a chameleon. You can be what you want when you want. Could be a tree one day, could be a car, same colour, just change into that. And I just think chameleons are cool.
They're pretty cool.
I don't know what I'd be.
No?
Don't know what I'd be. Something, what's really sort of like bouncy and like constantly on the move.
A meerkat.
Meerkat.
Always on the move.
Yeah.
Looking out for the collection.
Looking out for the tribe. Yeah. That's yes.
And you're always looking out for your team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Always, yes. I'm a meerkat.
I love that.
.com. Me? Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go blue. Right. Oh, if you had 12 hours left on Earth, what would you do? That's a good question. 12 hours. I'd eat the biggest pizza I could find. I'd make...
At the start, 12 hours. I'd end up sleeping.
No, it'd already be cooked. I'd just find the biggest pizza that was already cooked and then eat it.
But you wouldn't fall into a food coma afterwards?
No.
For the less than 12?
No, because I've only got 12 hours. I'm not going to waste my 12 hours. What would I do with 12 hours left on Earth?
I think I would try to make the most to contact and spend as much time as I can with loved ones, friends, family. And
That's
just...
a much better answer than going for pizza.
No, I'll get pizza as well. I'll do it over pizza. I'd have invite everyone to a massive pizza party, have a big party, invite everyone, and just, maybe take the opportunity to get stuff off my chest that I might have never had the confidence or been a bit scared to, or just let people know how much I care. I love them, because you don't often say it a lot, Stu. Sometimes you do forget and you take things for granted. So I do that and then just spend it the best I could, I think.
Yeah, party.
Mm-hmm.
I would take a finance package out on a Lamborghini.
Oh, good thinking.
And drive to family and see them and during my 12 hours with a green Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't have to pay anything back because it's only 12 hours.
Hey, you'd be alright. Take an insurance policy or something.
I'm still thinking about food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd eat a lot of food.
Just go to, order everything.
Yeah, just order everything.
Yeah. Oh.
It's me thing.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
And go blue again. What are your top 3 tips for future youth workers? Top tip would 100% be honest with your young people constantly, and never let them down. Never let them down. Know that if you can do something, don't overstretch yourself, but always be honest and open, and engaging with the young people. I think those are the 3. Well, all right, another one. Okay.
Not allowed another one. Really?
You take all that.
Technically, I had 2. Okay. My 3rd would definitely be believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, and know that you are making a difference. Even though you may see small bits of thank yous and stuff like that, you're doing something so much bigger than that. You may never hear how well you're doing, but somewhere it's in there, and they'll always remember you.
I think my top 3 tips would be never leave the house without a deck of cards, because they can also be a really great icebreaker when you're meeting a new young person. Don't be afraid of rejection. Don't take it personally. Some young people will not want to speak to you and will use some choice language to express that. Don't be offended and don't feel too rejected, because the more you show up for them, even when you're being rejected, the more they're going to realise, oh, this person's not going anywhere, they're actually here for me, and that's really cool. And my third tip would be yourself. Kids will see through it. If you're trying to be something that you're not, or you're faking it, they'll know. Kids can see through all of that. So just be yourself, take a deck of cards, and don't be afraid of rejection.
I was going to say, yeah, be your authentic self. That was going to be my first one, really. I think it's that don't really care about being weird and quirky, because I think a lot of the time, a lot of young people will resonate with that sort of freedom to be your authentic self, will allow that sort of safe space for them to do the same as well. I also think, keeping a very open and sort of empathetic sort of mind towards young people, and not allowing that sort of bleed over into your own emotions. Just sort of keep self-regulated and understand that a lot of the time the issues, the complexities, or anything in that relationship are not necessarily to do with you, but more to do with the past experiences and other relationships they may have had. So it's very important to sort of hold that. And I think thirdly, a big one is being mindful of your role. As good as it is to really enjoy a relationship with a young person and being friends and stuff like that, you are also a professional at the same time as well. So you've got to keep those sort of boundaries and in the back of your mind as well. It's always great to be a friend, but obviously you need to be aware of the safeguarding and the other issues that can arise from that as a professional.
Can I add one more little
Go on then.
This is massive. It's a massive one. They're like, that question is huge and I love it. I just think be creative. And I say that, a youth club recently, one of the young people, we have the best orange and blackcurrant squash in the world. But he wasn't feeling blackcurrant or orange that day, or water. So I put a little bit of blackcurrant, a little bit of orange, and we called it fruit salad. And he was like, this is lovely. And it's now a thing at youth club, fruit salad. It's the third option, but it is just orange and blackcurrant mixed up.
Giving all our secrets away.
That's it. You can have that one, future youth workers. Look after it, it's good.
It's for you guys. Whose turn is it?
I think it's...
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go on, I'll take a green one. What is your go-to good vibes song? I love music and I love all sorts of music. I think for me, I will listen to anything as long as it moves you, whether that's emotionally or whether that's physically through a dance or a boogie. I do, good vibes. I will always get up and have a bit of a shimmy to anything from the 80s, to be honest. Any sort of 80s sort of floor filler. I'm just trying to think. Have you guys got anything, or can I pass? I'm just trying to...
For me, at the minute, it's anything by Lizzo.
Yeah,
Just
she's
gets
great.
me moving.
That's pretty good.
She's got tickets too.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzo, if you're watching. Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
that we have a problem in our youth team, because the vibe is normally what Kirsty comes in singing, and that kind of sticks in your head.
Earworms, yeah.
Willow Smith, what was that song you...
Get your vibe.
Yeah, that constantly. Kirsty will sing the song and it will stick in your head. So those are... You kind of create the vibe.
I do create the vibe.
Whatever radio station you're listening to on the way into work.
Yeah,
I need to know what it is.
Yesterday it was Backstreet's Back. I kept singing Backstreet's Back.
It's Halloween though, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that's good. No. So many great songs. I think it's just, again, it's the people that are around you as well with the song and stuff a lot of the time, because there are so many out there that are good vibes, and once you've had a group that are all sort of getting involved and just having a bit of a sing and a dance and whatever and coming out with it, that's what really makes it, I think, for me. So yeah. Pick a stick, Kirst.
Pick a stick, pick a stick, pick a stick. In fact, I'm going to close my eyes and do it. We've got an orange one. It's a long one. Oh, good question. What skill do you consider the most important when working with children?
Listening. I think listening.
What did you say?
Listen, Kirsty. Yeah, listening, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Listening, but really listening. I always think it's important, like when you're talking to a young person and they're talking about different things. If you're listening, you will remember something about that young person, and then the next time you see them, you'll ask them about it, whether it's about football or a song or whatever, and you remember it because you've listened. It's a starting point for a conversation next time you see them, especially if it's a new relationship. And it's also not just about what they're saying, it's what's not being said as well, and it's picking up on that body language and the silence and what's being said in the silence as well sometimes.
Absolutely. I think I would very much agree with you guys. I think another key important, I don't know if it's more important or not, but is just acceptance of that young person, everything that they are and everything that they act as, and your relationship and everything. It's just coming from that space of like, look, okay, I totally get it if you don't want to have a relationship or you feel like you're not going to like me or whatever. Just showing that, again, I think it goes hand in hand with that sort of communication. Is not only will I'm here to listen to you, I'm fully accepting of everything that you are, and you can be your authentic self. And it's all about enabling that sort of safe space for that relationship to sort of grow and develop. I think it's very important.
I like it.
Gonna go yellow.
6 left.
When has a child made you laugh out loud and why? Right, they make me laugh all the time, constantly. Every youth club, anything, any one-to-one, any youth work we do, I feel like we're all at that stage with our young people that it's open and we chat and we have a laugh with each other. I had a young person, this is one of my funny moments, last week this was actually, was playing a card game called Cheat, and was playing along, the group of us were sat around the table, and he's really good at this card game. And every time you put your cards down and you're cheating or you're not cheating, somebody called this young person's cards out cheat, and he just went, pick them up! And that is the motto now for the game Cheat. That was one of the funniest moments I've seen with that card game.
Funny. That was very funny. One of mine was we'd taken some young people out on an activity day to the park, and some of the carers were picking the children up from the park, and I said to one young person, "Oh, is that your carer over there?" And she looked and she was like, "I don't know, let me check."
I remember that.
And she did it without even thinking, as if that was going to make a difference. It was just the funniest thing, and it had me in stitches for the rest of the afternoon. It's really funny.
We've got a lot of funny and very insightful young people, and I think for me it is, you never necessarily know what's going to come out from them, and the sort of jokes, the humour, and that sort of like, once they feel comfortable, I suppose, in a relationship, to have a little bit of banter with you, have that bit of a joke. I think for me, some of the funniest moments that I've enjoyed from when we used to run a football academy over summer, and sort of the relationships and sort of the jokes and stuff that used to occur from their interactions as young people as well. When everyone's sort of getting it on and enjoying themselves, having a joke and a laugh, that's what I really find some of the funniest things. But in terms of like an exact moment, there's far too many to choose from. They are just great overall.
1 second, guys. Just a quick one.
Got another one.
I know this says, when as a child made you laugh out loud and why, but there's an adult that's made me laugh as well.
Okay.
And we may use it at youth club or whatnot. Elliot is awful at charades. Just letting you know.
I'm not awful, alright? I feel
We
like...
should definitely insert the clip.
Yes.
Here.
It
I'll
needs to be
have...
put in.
Alright, yeah, so
It's either Elliot at charades or his team that he was with. He was trying to... What was you... Was he...
It was Aladdin.
It was Aladdin.
It was Aladdin, alright? We'll find the clip, we'll insert the clip, and we'll let the audience decide.
That was weak, wasn't it?
Yeah. And let me put this out there first. I was the first to go. Right. I'm not going to hijack this whole video and talk about how I was cheated, but I was the first to go, and I feel like if I was one of the second or one of the last to go, people would have understood what sort of film genres it was. It was animated and children's movies and stuff like that. So it was very difficult, but I thought I did well. But no, we have got a very great team as well.
We have got a great team.
It's always full of laughter.
Lots of fantastic, lots of fun.
Right, let's go for if you had.
Big question.
No, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be? And you can't ask for more wishes.
That's funny because we just did Aladdin.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
That's
that couldn't
his
have been
impression
better.
of
So I can't ask for more wishes.
No.
I can't ask for more genies.
No.
No, that's not more wishes though. Okay, I think for me, I would probably wish to be able to eat whatever I want and not have to gain a load of weight. So I could just literally eat pizza all day and still be relatively healthy and not have to worry about any of that bits and pieces. I'd love to be able to have the power to teleport or stop time. I think that would be cool, just to have more options in the way of today. I'm always sort of very busy wanting to get involved in absolutely everything, so just having the more time to go get around would be really good. And I feel like I'd have to be selfless with one of them. I have to like sort of cure world hunger or something like that. So I think I'd make a very selfish wish and help someone else. So again, try and help the world. Maybe sort of like the planet, save the planet, a bit of global warming and stuff like that. So we have more time on Earth to do the good stuff, enjoy the good stuff. What about you, Kirsten?
I would wish for pizza, obviously. Just a good unlimited supply of pizza. Whenever I wanted it, I could just go like this and pizza.
Every time you open the fridge, there's a new one ready.
Whenever I put my hand in the pocket, there's a slice of fresh pizza, nice and hot from the oven, ready to eat. That would be amazing. I'm really hungry now I've said that. I think I'd wish for kind of financial security for everyone that I knew, and if I thought somebody needed it, could have it. And what else? Yeah, maybe something selfless. I feel like, I don't know, you've already saved the world. More trees.
More trees.
Just an endless supply of trees, so we don't ever run out of oxygen. And the bees are kept safe.
I would wish for, peace would be one.
I thought you were going to say pizza.
No, I'll be sharing.
Pizza.
If you can pull it out of your pocket, I'll just say
I'll share my
pepperoni,
pizza.
please.
That's it.
Yeah, a lot of dough. That'll be good. I think I'd like to never have to go and get my hair cut, ever. Just have that hairstyle and say, this is my preset hairstyle until I change it. Never have to go to the barber's, just, input, wake up this morning, I'll have my hair cut fresh, like
Do
that.
it with an app.
Yeah.
Just outside.
Elon Musk, if you're listening, can you create this app ASAP, please? And my third wish would be to just never have negative thoughts. Just always just completely be positive. Always. Yeah, I think those would be the 3.
Good. I'm going to go purple. Oh, well, this kind of ties in a little bit. So what's your biggest wish for 2023? What do you hope for most in 2023?
Yours is more dough.
Yeah, more dough for my pizza.
Yeah, more dough for your pizza.
Some toppings, some dips. I think my biggest wish for 2023 is that I guess that I just get to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be really cheesy with my pizza now, but just that I get to keep doing what I'm doing with Children Was First and meeting all the great young people and watching them grow and be happy. I just want to see more of that. Yeah.
Good. I think for me, with sort of transitioning into your team and really wanting to sort of take it strength to strength really is great. And I think just to keep a lot of these ideas, because we're constantly in our little team talking about all these big ideas and plans and things that would be great. And I think just using that sort of creative environment and culture to really sort of bring out the best in our team, in our young people and our carers, and just really build and develop on what the great stuff that we've already got now, and just take it and to new heights. Really, absolutely.
I would like to create some crazy experiences next year, and do some crazy things with the team. The big day out football match next year.
Yes.
With the kids are going to be ready. And I think that'll be good for us to have a kit and stuff like that.
So more fun and exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
More fun, more challenges. Like Blackwell was so challenging, and that was massive. So more of that. Oh, this is a big one. The young people you work with have dealt with a lot of trauma. How do you manage your own feelings when working with them? Okay, right. I'm lucky to have a great team around me, and you know, we deal with a lot of trauma within our jobs. We're always around situations and stuff like that, but I feel like I work with an open team, and we all, if we've got something on our chest and we need to speak about it, our team will, you know, talk to each other to make sure we're all right as well. I
think it's that good that people will often even know, even before yourself, you know, if something's going on, or if the stress or anything is sort of, you know, weighing on your shoulders, that they are very, very good in terms of recognising that. I think that comes down to a lot of the culture, that sort of paceful and DDP sort of approach, that therapeutic approach, that runs through the whole agency, right through to staff, to the carers, to the kids and everyone else involved. So it's good, it's that sort of family feel and understanding, and all sort of like mucking in together and knowing that, you know, we are greater as a sum than, you know, our own individual parts. And it's always really, you know, nice to be here. It never feels like work. At some times it almost feels like seeing a second family, and then you know, having fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think having such a supportive team, not just in the youth team, but in the whole CAF team, the whole Children Always First team, everyone is supportive. Everyone, like Elliot says, can see there's something wrong before you even know there's something wrong. And I think, just drawing on that support and just knowing it's there is a really big help. And I guess putting in some of your own boundaries. I think I've been doing youth work a really long time now, so it's easier for me to do it. But it can be you can fall in love with these kids so easily because they're all so amazing, and you know you want to fix everything, but it's not our job to fix it. And I think
just taking the time to enjoy what you enjoy as well, isn't it? And then
being really reflective as well, and really thinking about your practice and what you're doing, and you know, learning from every experience that you can, and just make sure your next steps are progressing.
Always moving forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, always moving forward.
Now there's 3 sticks left. I'll go for the blue one.
Stick each.
What could CAF do better in terms of youth support work? Oh, that's good. Very reflective. Again, we're just talking about reflection and stuff. I think one of the ways that could be improved is maybe looking at the ways in which we engage with young people and the different things that we have. So obviously we do a absolute load of different activities all across sort of the areas, but again, due to various sort of restrictions and stuff and you know, timings and schedules, we're not able to see all the kids as much as we like to. So maybe trying to think of new and creative ways that we can engage, as well as maybe like different sort of focus group activities, clubs, things like that. So we can get sort of a general ongoing group for someone. You know, there's a certain sport. I mean, like we said, the football academy was a great way of getting these kids to interact with one another in that sort of setting and that sort of teamwork and stuff. So I think more like that on generalised different interests or topics or areas of learning and development could be really good and beneficial, I think.
I think as the youth team manager, well, even just as the youth team, we have so many ideas of all the things that we want to do, and we get so excited. And I love to do all that blue sky thinking, and I think in however many years, I think it would be really great if we had a fostering youth team that worked with all of our foster children, and then maybe even a community youth team that did work out in the community with other young people as well, and we would eventually just take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
World domination.
100%. Team youth team.
Yeah.
I think that I love what we do. I love our youth club. I love what we use the space for. But I would love us to have like a purpose-built like youth centre with like a sports hall, a kitchen that we can use, and just purpose-built for youth work. Would love to play dodgeball and stuff like that, but there's so many pictures in here that would not be good.
A lot of rainfall items.
Yeah, like a purpose-built centre, that would be great.
Multi-use.
I like that.
Wicked.
Two left. What's it going to be? Oh no. Do an impression of a celebrity for the rest of the team.
Okay.
Well, I already did Shrek.
You did Shrek?
Was you here for
Quite
Shrek?
well.
I wasn't, no. I'd heard something through the walls, so I was wondering what was going on.
Alright, let me think of another celebrity, and then you've got to try and guess who it is. Oh no, this is really hard. No, you can't think of anyone at all.
This is the question that I was dreading, I think.
Can I do a character?
Yeah.
Are we going to get the character?
I hope so.
Okay.
Is it Shrek?
No. I've done Shrek. I'm amazing at Shrek. I know! No?
No.
It's Monica from Friends.
Okay.
I know!
I wouldn't have got that in a million years, Kirsty.
Yeah, it's all I've got. Or Check My Flow. Oh.
Pink. I like that. Love that.
Who's going next? That was terrible.
I don't know. I might be able to do a character.
Go on.
Somebody get to the chopper now. Get down.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You always get into the chopper.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I've never done this impression, but we're just gonna roll the dice.
Okay.
Now the thing. No, I've ruined it.
Oh, I already know who it is.
What?
It's Christopher Walken.
Now.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Now you're gonna throw me off.
sorry.
Now the thing with impressions. You're gonna put me off. This is Aladdin all over again. This is no. I'll come back. I'll have to come back to this.
That was a really good Christopher Walken. I got it straight away.
Did you? That's
I
just,
did. I got it
that's
straight
the energy
away.
of the face, I think.
I've got one
Give us a
more.
look. Go on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I like
Hit
you.
us.
Love this one. Wait there.
Seriously.
We're getting character. Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never
You never know which one you
Go
go
get.
Like it. Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
got it. Please send us in your celebrity impressions.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we should just got a list of random ones next time,
Yes,
and
next
just get a list,
time.
and we'll just have to do them.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Send us in some celebrities, and then we challenge us to do the impressions of those celebrities. That's a great idea. Love it. Right,
Oh,
Final
that's the last
step.
one. I'm just gonna be-
last question, guys.
Okay, no, this is a great one. This is a perfect end.
Okay.
What makes Children Always First so special? Children Always First, 110% put children's needs first, and that is something that happens all the time at youth clubs and stuff like that. And I think we're always talking about our children, and you know, oh, I wonder what we could do this, we could do that, and so said this, and I just think, yeah, we're always there to work with the young people, talk to the young people, talk to the families and everybody in Children Always First, it just works together really well. And I think that's what's special about this place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I think, yeah, I've been here now nearly 5 years come February, and I remember coming in and almost immediately feeling a very different vibe. The passion that runs through, it's the lifeblood of this whole place. It's in the walls, it's in the staff, it's in everybody that you see. You know, it always is about that unified goal of making that real positive difference to children's lives. And, you know, it doesn't matter where you come from. You know, I started as an administrator. You know, my voice was equally heard and valid, you know, because we're all unified and all in it together. There's no sort of feeling of hierarchy or feeling of anything like that. It is all about working together as a team to really, you know, make that difference, which is great. So, yeah, absolutely massive advocate. Love the place, and it's just.
I think it is probably the best job I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think the teamwork is amazing. Everyone is so supportive and kind and funny.
Mm-hmm.
The jokes are endless around here. It's yeah, it just feels special. You just feel it when you walk in that you're accepted for who you are completely. You haven't got to be anything other than yourself. Everyone loves you for that and encourages you to be more yourself. And yeah, it's just really supportive environment. It's a great place to work.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way we support our children, young people and foster carers.
Just everyone. I think it just doesn't even stop. Like at the end of the day, I know that I could call up or contact any of you guys or any one of the team really, and then at any point, and it's like I said, that family feel. It's absolutely the core of everything that we do. But like it says on the door, children always first.
Children always first.
You really notice they like, you know, when someone's missing, like, or someone's off, or they've got somewhere to go. You feel like you're like, oh wow, that's my team. Like, where's my right arm gone? Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
I feel like you were trying to make a bit of a dig there when it's a bit quieter when I'm on the office there, Leon. You've mentioned that before. When I'm not around, it's like, oh, it's a bit quiet today. It's a bit not too loud.
Well, you club where you know you had that half an hour out where you had to finish off the admin before you club started, and the kids straight away were like, "Where's Elliot? What's going on? Where?" Do you know what I mean? And it's
it is. It's always nice to have that sort of feel, and again, everywhere. I think it's good because we are such a sort of small team, and we're very focused on you know, having a very set limit of numbers of kids, so we can really push those difference, that sort of positivity and stuff, and everyone just knows everyone, and it's all that sort of it's just great, absolutely great.
Thanks everyone. We hope you've enjoyed our questions. We're going to have more content for you to see later in the week. Have an amazing National Youth Work Week. We absolutely will. And yes, don't forget to send us in your celebrity challenges, because that's something we've got to do now. Thank you for watching.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Please like and subscribe. No, I'm joking.